So I learned very early on from a very successful salesperson, someone who sold millions of dollars worth of stuff every single year. He said, every detail in an interaction with a customer or potential customer, there's nothing that's neutral. Right? It's either positive or negative. Every word you say, every detail of how you're dressed makes an impression on the customer. And it's the same thing in every interaction that every business has, whether it's a customer service, whether it's an email, whether it's their website, mobile, whatever it is. Simple example, I know plumbers. They started wearing specialized booties that they put on right before they walk into the customer. Why? Because if the shoe's even a little bit dirty, the customer should never have to worry about that. And it makes people feel differently about how you care about them. And customer experience really is about showing how you care about them and making sure that every touch point is a positive one and something that people are worried that you see that you care about every detail.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not enough. I think that's the sad part.
Yeah.
It's hard to worry about all the details. Our resources are strapped. Customers are more demanding. It was A.J. Lafley, the CEO of Procter & Gamble, and I think it was in 1990 he did a presentation called "The Customer is King" or something like that. The customer's boss, and he said, customers are going to become more demanding. We're moving away from push versus pull, and the only way to differentiate yourself, and you're not going to do it by speaking louder today, by being flashier or showier. We see so many messages every single day that the only way to stand out is to say, look, we really are different, and people can tell the difference and experience the difference, and that's why they want to share it. And if you look over the last decade, actually even longer probably, over the last 15 years, you can't name one major brand that has become a super successful brand on an advertising model. Every single brand that's been built, and I'm just talking about built in the last decade, has all been built because they built greater experiences. Google, why? Because they get much better, more relevant searches than all the other search engines that came before them. Amazon, great customer experience. Every single brand, Netflix, you can think of all these great brands, Zappos, that have built brands based on providing great experiences. Yeah, no, it's a complex issue. I think part of it is, and our last presenter today kind of talked about it, part of it is management structure, right? The management of organizations comes from the factory model developed over 100 years ago. And the agility that you need to survive today, the flexibility in teams and being able to respond and move and worry about all those details, is a really, really complex thing. The other part to it is the way companies have grown is they've added, every division, every product line has its own profit and loss center. And the one thing that Apple has done so well throughout all the years is to have one profit and loss center. That's it. It's not by product line, it doesn't matter. They really don't care. It's just they look at it from the customer point of view. We're one brand. And that's all the customer cares about. So that's all the way we're going to be organized. And so you have to organize yourself in order to be customer centric. Mobile and social is about being available in real time, right? That's one. Two, it's about providing that exceptional experience, right? Be remarkable. Social media is about being remarkable. And it can either be good or bad, unfortunately, right? But you have to give people something to remark about, right? They're not going to want to talk about you unless you've given them something to talk about. Apple is tremendously talked about in the social media, universe, but they have no social media team. Why? Because they've given their customers great experiences. They've worried about the details, so people want to talk about them. And I think when you realize that if you build the experiences and plan for it, you can create that kind of environment where no matter where you are, you've got real-time teams, reacting to customers in real time, giving them real service, and providing exceptional experiences, and customers will talk about it. The tools are there, but they're slow to come. You have to figure out how to become real time, how to give people authority in real time. One of the things that Amazon, for example, has also done exceptionally well is they've enabled their teams to take authority, to make changes, to do things. They have over 200 tests going on at any single time. They can personalize things, and they've done that by being, building themselves to be very agile. And this is lessons that we're learning from the programming community, not the management community. But if we look at our marketing teams to start acting agile like developers do, you do these scrums and all that kind of stuff that the agile community is doing, being really lean, you can start leveraging this much better. And I think once you get rid of that bloat that your organization has, and you start focusing purely on the channel and how you can service them, you'll figure out where to be to react to that properly.